So Bitcoin hit our target range yesterday. We went looking for a move to the downside. This looks to have completed, but I think, this being crypto, that things aren't quite as they seem. As I get into the video, if you find it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe? Tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. If you haven't yet joined us in Discord, guys, what are you waiting for? Check it out, linked in the description below. Now, I'm still a little under the weather, in fact, probably getting worse by the day at the minute. So I'm going to try to keep this one brief, give you all the information that you need without kind of dragging it on for too long. So I'll keep it nice and short and to the point. So let's get right into it. So we were looking at a move to the downside between 29,612 and 29,795. For the most part, this has completed. We hit into this low target range. However, the structured moves to the downside here isn't giving us that kind of clear expectation that things are essentially done. It looks like we might be getting an extension into this fifth wave movement, or this might be a really large zigzag pattern, and so we've got to consider further downside at this point. Now, taking a look at this, we have a really interesting move up. We find resistance again on the 50 EMA, and we're looking at a move to the downside. So Elliott wave theory here isn't giving us a clean-cut move down. If anything, I would say this is an expanding diagonal at the end. So let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. Just throw a trend line here, and we throw a trend line down here, and you can see how it expands out over time, right? Short wave 1, short wave 2, short wave 3, up and then down into the fifth. Now, the rules for this are quite simple. Wave 1 would have to be the shortest wave, wave 3 cannot be the shortest, and then wave 5 is the longest, right? So we would need to measure our wave 3 and make sure that it is longer than our wave 1, and it is. So for the most part, that's all okay, and we can see here a diagonal, expanding diagonal, and that came into our range down here, and that's okay. But this could be a reset right in this move up here. This could be just be a big reset so that we continue our move to the downside. We just don't have the strength in the moves at the moment to the upside to be confident in this one. So if I can breathe, let's go ahead and draw in our diagonal right in here. I'll remove our lines because we don't need those. Okay, so we can see that, and then we have this move up, get rejected on the 50 EMA, and at the moment, if I measure this move right here, you can see we're not yet on the 1.618. So at the moment, we're probably at the moment, I guess, technically W, X, Y, X, and Z. However, I think the expectation here is that we're going to hit that 1.618 target range. Let's go ahead and just give the actual number for that. Should have done that earlier. Right in here. So we go impulsive at $29,903. Okay, so that would be our range. And you can see that we're pushing this right now with momentum down as well. This means that this could be a big move. Now, obviously, I have this as a diagonal at the moment, but it could be a big wave 1 up here for a wave 2, and then some kind of 3, 4, 5, 3, then 4, then 5, with a big fifth wave, third wave movement, which contains 5 waves in itself. So my expectation is that we're likely to come down and hit this 29,903, creating a 5-wave pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and then we'll bounce up in a 3-wave pattern, only to drop back down in another 5-wave pattern. Okay, so it looks like we are bearish here on BTC on these smaller time frames. Okay, so as we can see, if I zoom out just a fraction here, sorry for moving this around a lot, we can see that we are in a bearish state of play. This was a structure that was changed over here with this move down at 1900 hours on the 14th. That's 1900 hours UTC plus 1. And then we got a BOS down here. This is a break of structure, or as I prefer to call it, a CTS, which actually happened at 1900 hours on the 17th. Essentially, this is confirming our bearish state of play. Okay, so not only do we see change of characters and break of structures, but we can also see that we've been finding heavy resistance on that 50 EMA, and chances are we are now heading down further. Okay, so I still am confident that we will see $34,000-$35,000 CME gap in the future. It just looks for now like we have to continue this move to the downside. Okay, that's kind of where this one sits. And does that really change anything on the macro? Not really. I think this one, yeah. So here you can see all we're doing at the moment is testing these lower ranges. That hasn't really changed anything like that. We probably will find support on the 50 daily EMA, 29,261. We'll probably week below that and find it as support. That's kind of where my mind is at the moment on BTC. So considering I'm not that well and it's quite a struggle to talk, I think I'm going to leave the video right there. If you found this useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe. Join us down in Discord, linked in the description below, and I'll catch you all in the next one.
We are not financial advisors, and none of what we have communicated verbally or in writing here should be considered as financial advice. It is not. Do your own research before investing in any digital asset or affiliate offers, and understand that investing in any crypto is risky. If you do, you need to be prepared to lose your entire investment. This video is for information and entertainment purposes only. All our videos are strictly personal opinions. Please make sure you do your own research and never take our opinions for financial guidance. There are multiple strategies, and not all strategies fit all people. Our videos are not financial advice.